Welcome back, everyone. You already know this is the TYSK report, and of course, I got a nice lineup of articles on the docket. So let's get to them. In the first article, ExxonMobil is a lithium company now? Interesting. ExxonMobil is getting into the lithium production business. The company announced Monday that it's going to become a leading producer of lithium by opening its first drilling operation in southern Arkansas. Now it says here ExxonMobil plans to start producing lithium in 2027 and says it could make enough lithium to supply over 1 million electric vehicles per year by 2030. Earlier this year, ExxonMobil purchased 120,000 acres of lithium-rich land spanning a geological formation called the Smackover Formation in Arkansas. In addition to that, the company will produce the battery-grade lithium on site, which it will call Mobile Lithium. This isn't the first time ExxonMobil is getting involved in the battery business, as the company manufactured its first lithium-ion battery in the 1970s. In a previous video right here, I did speak about how BP, British Petroleum, purchased $100 million worth of superchargers from Tesla to expand and build out their own supercharger network. So it does look like ExxonMobil probably saw this and said, hey, we don't want to get left behind. And they started to think about how they could put their foot forward and get involved in this. And now you got this news right here. Also, they were also into this back in the 70s, but as of now, they probably see the writing on the wall and they don't want to become one of those companies who did not innovate when technology was there for them to do so. And in the future, as we move along into the technological changes that are going to come, you could start to see many legacy companies begin to integrate technology into what they do so that they don't become obsolete. So that's just something to be on the lookout for. On to the next article. Ford Health launches CarePods, a self-contained AI-powered doctor's office. So the CarePod pitch is easy to understand. Why spend hours in a doctor's office to get your throat swabbed for a strep throat? Walk into the CarePod, soon to be located in malls and office buildings, and answer some questions to determine the appropriate tests. CarePod users can get their blood drawn, throat swabbed, and blood pressure read, most of the frontline clinical work performed in primary care offices, all without a doctor or nurse, and the custom AI powers the diagnosis, and behind the scenes, doctors write the appropriate prescription, which is available nearly immediately. Now the cost, it's a $99 a month, which gives users access to all the CarePod's tests and features. So Ford Health, the company, already has facilities throughout the United States, including LA, New York, Chicago, San Francisco, and Washington, D.C. And these locations, which the company started opening in 2017, have the same tech-first approach as their CarePods. Now it says here, CarePods brings forward its past learnings together to create a scalable all-in-one medical solution. The company is launching 25 CarePods with its first release and plans to scale the deployment to 3,200 CarePods in a year. And if we look right here, here are a few photos for the CarePod. So here we have a person touching the screen, getting ready to get a heart exam. Then we got this person scanning their heart, getting some of that biometric data in there. Then we have the app, which looks interesting. You can get all these different things checked out here. Then you also got some more data tracking blood pressure, body scan, things of that sort. And those were the photos. So very interesting things going on with this company. Let's move on. The CarePod screen serves up different apps available to the user, such as a full body scan, heart health, thyroid testing, blood pressure, weight management, diabetes screening, HIV screening, and liver health. Each CarePod is staffed with an attendant who can answer basic questions and services the device between uses, and users can speak to a doctor if they need to through a mobile app. Now, a key thing within this article that I wanted to point out was this statement right here. So basically, what I'm doing is slowly migrating every single thing from a doctor and a nurse to hardware and software. We don't even believe a doctor's office should exist. We think it's a thing of the past. So in a previous video, I did speak about how telehealth is going to be on the rise and how future doctor visits are going to be through a screen. Well, this takes another different approach with technology where you're getting screenings and learning about what's going on with you with no human involved. But that one thing I wanted to point out was that price point of that $99 a month, which could potentially be too steep for most people. And how often are you going to be going to the doctor's office? And you could easily be paying that a month, but find yourself not needing to go to a doctor's office or have this service. But again, who knows what could come in the future? Another thing to look at looking very forward is in the future, one day you could be talking to a kid and they're going to be like, so you had to sign up for an appointment to go to a building, to sit in a room, to wait for your name to be called, and then go back into another room and wait for a person to come in there to check your vitals to see if you had something wrong with you, only to send you home with Tylenol? That's crazy. So this is something we could be hearing from kids in the future as they're in this very technological world that's very or way more advanced than what's going on right now. Moving on to the next article. Google's new Titan security keys are ready for a world without passwords. The latest iteration of Google's Titan security key is here, ready to work alongside the new passwordless passkey technology that's rolled out with support from Apple, Microsoft, Google, and many others. 2 new versions of the key are available in the Google Store starting today, with either a USB-C connection for $35 or a USB-A connection for $30. And like the previous versions released in 2021, both also have NFC to connect wirelessly to phones and other mobile devices. And here are those devices that are available now for you to purchase for the $30 and $35. And then these are those previous devices. So they look a little different, somewhat similar, but just a tad bit more different. Even with rapidly expanding support for passkeys, going passwordless with a security key has been easier than any other options. And with these passkeys, they can serve as two-factor authentication, security with existing services, and they have enough storage on board to hold 250 unique passkeys. Other two-factor technologies like code generators, push notifications, and sending codes via email or text can add some protection against attackers stealing your password, but security keys go beyond that by using cryptography that verifies things on both ends, ensuring it's a legit key and that you're not giving up your login information to a fake website. So in a world where hacks are increasing and passwords are being stolen, these type of devices and technology can be very helpful to secure your information on the internet. So this is just something to look into, and this is just something to be on the lookout for. If you're seeing more hacks and you want to be more secure, get one of these or maybe even a YubiKey, just so that you can feel more secure and secure all your information on the internet. Moving on to the next article. FTC hosts challenge to stop harms of voice cloning AI. So if you don't know what voice cloning is the practice of mimicking someone's voice so well it can pass for the real thing. Now, the FTC is stating that voice cloning poses a major risk for consumer fraud. Imagine someone impersonating your mother's voice and asking you to quickly wire her $5,000, or even someone stealing or using your voice to access your bank accounts through a customer help hotline. According to a tentative agenda posted by the agency ahead of its upcoming meeting, which was today, the FTC will announce an exploratory voice cloning challenge to encourage the development of multidisciplinary solutions. And in other words, the FTC wants technologists and members of the public to come up with ways to stop voice clones from tricking people. If you have a solution to help prevent this from getting way out of hand in the future, hit up the FTC with your plans and your solutions so that way you can be helpful to protect many people from getting scammed or getting hurt from this voice cloning technology, because it's going to grow and there's going to need to be people to help fight this. This is just something to also be on the lookout for. If you're getting a strange call from a family member, definitely double check with them so that way you're not becoming a victim of voice cloning. Moving on to the next article. Andreessen Horowitz backs Civitai, a generative AI content marketplace with millions of users. AI image generator Stable Diffusion already has lots of fans, and now those experimenting with new AI technology to develop their own models have a place to share their work with other enthusiasts. A startup called Civitai has created a platform where members can post their own stable diffusion-based AI image models for others to discover, as well as the output of their work, AI photos for consumers to browse and enjoy. So if you look here are some really cool and interesting, colorful, and amazing images that were created by people. You got these as I scroll down, very cool concepts, especially with that egg right there. Then you have this kind of GIF thing by Tito down here. And these are just more images, very, very cool things that people are creating. So yeah, definitely go check out this site, just explore it a little bit, see what people are creating, and look into it. So with this marketplace, it does provide an opportunity for you and somebody that you may know to get involved in creating these images and putting them on this marketplace or this platform, because it gives you the opportunity to be discovered by a big company or a big brand who wants these type of images, and you can start creating images for them and getting paid some big bucks and starting to expand your name for the prompting skills that you have. So this is just something to be on the lookout for. Always great things happening in technology, and you don't want to miss out on it. So these were some very informative articles that were presented to you today. And the one thing I want you to continue to do is stay informed. So definitely check out these two videos right here, where I provide you with some great information on the things you should know happening in the world of technology.